Hello guys, it's Seta here. In this video I will show you how I set up the post-processing on this scene. So let's get started. First I turn off the volume, and that is the scene without any volume on lighting or post-processing. So let's get started. First, let's create some directional lighting. Okay, we have lighting, and then we create a global volume, new, and we need some visual environment. Let's set up the sky type to psychical based and ambient to dynamic. Okay, now we need to add our sky override, so let's create psychical based sky. Let's check all and set your ground tint to some blue. Okay, like this. And then ground emission set to 0. Right, now we need to add some clouds. So click add override, sky, volumetric clouds. Let's enable it. Okay, and set up to overcast, and then we enable our clouds shadows. You should remember that if you don't have access to this option, you must first enable it in HDRP render pipeline asset. This option should be on. Now let's add some volumetric fog to our scene. Add override, fog, all, enable, and set up base high something around 200. Yep, it will be good. Turn on volumetric fog, and albedo we need something dark like this. Okay, and volumetric fog distance should be something around 200. Yeah, okay. Now let's create some fog in our main scene. Right click, rendering, local volumetric fog. Then we move it here and set up size to match our bottom scene. Something like this. It should be good. Or maybe like this. Okay, now let's set up blend distance to 0.5 and adjust the high. Okay, it should be good. Now the cover fog. Rendering, local volumetric fog, and this should cover our scene, so let's create something bigger like this and set up distance fog to something around, yeah, this one should be good. Blend distance, there's not much affected in the scene, so let's set up something around 3. So now we have one fog here and overcast fog here. Now let's set up our directional light. First, let's enable shadow map. So we got shadows, and then move our rotation to get something like this. Volumetric multiplier should be max, and then temperature to create some blue tint like this, and let's move intensity down so our other light source will be visible. Let's move something more blue, like this. Okay, this should be good. Now let's set up some post-processing colors. So let's move to global volume, add override, post-processing, color adjustments, and put some contrast up like this. And now post-processing, shadow, midtones, highlights, and we rise up some shadows and then give him some blue tint. Okay. Now let's add some global illumination and ambient occlusion. So add override, lightning, screen space global illumination, all enable so grass will be in the shadow. Set up half resolution, we no need full resolution global illumination. And then we add one more override, it will be ambient occlusion. Let's set up intensity something like that. Let's move to see more. Okay, indirect lighting like this, and we bring some radius down like this, and of course full resolution. Now let's change some exposure to fixed, and we rise up to get something like this. Okay. Okay. And then we need vignette. So set up a little vignette here. Yeah. And we need to add some indirect diffuse. Because our terrain is too dark. So okay, like this. And let's make the scene more darker. Oh, like this. So this is the scene after and before. Okay guys, I hope you liked the video. Let me know in comments below if you want a similar video in the future. And good luck. See ya.